You're on the battleground. For your glory, we're taking territory, fighting unseen enemies like never before. We're waging war. Alrighty, you guys, going live. Alrighty, how's everybody doing? Give me a few minutes for somebody to come in, and we're gonna go live. Hope everybody is having a safe week so far. We are in for a treat today. Glad that you joined me. And let's be honest and let's talk. I'm going live on Blog Talk Radio also at the same time. So you guys just be patient with me. Strangers, greetings. How's everybody? Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. Yes, peace and blessings, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great, safe week so far. Give me a few minutes, trying to wait for some people to come in. Yep. All right. Give it a few minutes for some people to come in. How's everybody doing? Peace and blessings, everybody. All righty, family. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining. Got some guests calling in this evening, and I hope everybody is having an amazing day so far. All righty, okay. Alrighty. Peace and blessings, everybody. How's everybody? I hope everybody is having a safe day. I hope you guys have had a safe week so far. I know this has been a very, very busy week. And our topic today is going to be, we're going to talk about, okay, we've marched, right? Now what? What's next? We've marched. We've got that out the way. We got that out of our system. Now it's time to go to the next step, right? It is time now to make our demands known. Okay. It's time for us right now to tell them what we're marching about. I don't think that's clear. I don't think we've done that already. I haven't heard them say, hey, we want this to stop. We want, we've just had George Floyd's name out there. But as far as anything else, we've not said anything else. We've not told them, okay, this is what we want. Okay, let's take it to the next level. Some people say march, some people say don't. Some people say, we can march, but don't riot. Some people have said, well, we've never seen other groups that have marched, that have rioted. Some people say, well, what are we marching for? And some people say, well, just do nothing. So let me know, how do you guys feel about this march? What do you think is next? What do you think we need to do? Do you agree with the march? Do you agree with the rioting? Do you agree that we should be marching? How do you feel about all this? How is the Black community feeling about this march? Because I think we have a whole lot of stuff going on. And from my perspective, let me give you the phone number for the ones that are joining me on Blog Talk. Let me give you the phone number. And the phone number is 563-999-3682. Okay. For the ones that can call in and maybe have a comment, or the ones that are joining me on YouTube, go ahead and leave your comments and your questions. I do appreciate everybody for calling. This is Kathy, and you are with the Reconstruction 2020. And I do mean the Reconstruction because I do see it. I see the bigger picture, and I keep telling people the Bible is your history. If you are, I'm not going to say Christian because I'm not. I'm not even going there, okay? But I do read the Bible, okay? I think it's our history. I think it's very important to always remember your history. And I think when we forget our history, we tend not to understand what's going on right now. I do believe that right now this is some biblical stuff going on. I do believe that we've never had to fight ever before. We ever had to fight a battle on our own? If you guys agree with me, look back in your history as far as the Bible is concerned. Every time Israel had a fight, somebody fought for them, right? So why are we trying to fight now? I'm just saying we have people that are marching with us now who are, I think Joshua is using to fight for us. They're doing some things that black folks scared to do. Okay, let me just say it like that. Because I heard the young man, he said, we're standing in front of you guys because we know that they won't shoot us. Now that's profound. If you mean a white child can say that, and they know the difference, and you mean their parents don't. So it's almost like he has them fighting against their own, okay, for us. And this is not just in the US, this is nationwide. You got London, you had some other places. Africa spoke up for us. I've never heard Africa speak up for us for anything. So this is really profound. If people just step back and watch the show, get your popcorn and watch the show. And I'm telling you, it's some really great stuff that I'm seeing. And I'm telling you, I've never heard Africa. I was like watching Africa Tigress, and she said, does Africa owe African Americans reparations? Or she asked, do they owe us? And I think I told her, I said, not just Africa, but the Arabs owe us, the Jews owe us, America owe us. So we got a whole bunch of folk owing us for stuff. And I said, and guess what? Reparations is for, it's almost like a debt. It's to repair the damages. And of course, you know that Black folk have been through some damage, right? So now it's time for them to pay up. I do believe that Africa owes us. I do believe that Yah is bringing us all together because we do have some brothers and sisters in Africa, and I believe now is the time. And there is a group that's now allowing you to invest in some land in Africa. And I was looking at this the group, and it was what is the name of that group? Oh my goodness, I had it in my notes. The African Investment Guide, okay, .com. So if you guys are interested, I think it's only $25. You can get a plot of land, but it's going to probably be it's going to add up to $600, I think, at the end. And they're talking for 2 years, but if you get your monies paid up, you can go ahead and get your land. So I think that's something that we can also look into right now. But I was talking to one young man on Twitter, and you know I clown on Twitter. I clown everywhere I go. Okay, you know that if people say stuff out of the way, I'm gonna check it. Okay, you just know that's just what we gonna do. Um, so he said something about white folk don't uh, they don't tear up when they riot. Oh, I'm like, hold on, let me help you out. You remember that time they won a game or something, and this was back, maybe a few years ago, couple of years, 2 years or whatever. But they won a game, and I mean, they turned over cars, they set fires, and what did the media say? The media said, "Oh, they're just some young college kids, and they're having some fun, right?" Okay, you hear all of this racist stuff when it comes to the white kids protesting that they're just a little excited. Things got a little out of hand, even though they're burning and looting and and turning over police cars, and they never call them thugs, right? But when you see our children rioting, what do? They call us thugs. They call us, they call us looters. They call us lawlessness and all this other stuff, right? But they never happen to call the white kids anything. But they say, oh, they're just nice kids and they just got out of hand a little bit. Okay, they can get out of hand a little bit. But I had to remind a brother on YouTube, right? Let me just get some sip of water because I'm getting a little dry here because we're going to get busy. Excuse me. But he said, white folk don't when they loot, they don't tear up stuff. I said, okay, get your phone out and look up Black Wall Street. Come on, get your phone out and look up the New York riots. Look up the St. Louis riots. Look up the Greenville. Look up Rosewood. Come on, let's look up them. Look up them riots, and then let me know who didn't bomb who and who did bomb what. I'm just saying, you had America, you had white folk that was bombing black cities because they were jealous because these black cities were progressing without them. Come on, you guys. But he had the nerves to try to argue to say, oh no, White folk don't act like this. I said, brother, let's not get confused here. Let me help you remember because I know y'all remember what you want to remember when you want to remember it, but let me help you out. So of course I, told them about Black Wall Street. That one right there is my favorite. Okay. They bombed, they burned, and they murdered millions. Millions. And then you had the nerve to take their land and build stuff on it. Okay. And what should have happened, those kids or grandkids should have went right back and said, hey, this is my parents' land. And I'm sure they had it in archives somewhere. And they could have gotten the land back. But nobody thought to do that. But that's how we roll sometimes. We just let stuff go and we just, well, it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. So guess what? It's time for us to start doing better. It's time for us to start standing up for ourselves. Okay. It's time for us to get our head in the game. And now it's time for us to make our demands known. Okay. Whether you want protesting, whether you want it to riot, you're not in control of this. Joshua is in control of this totally. Totally. This is him moving nationwide. So I'm telling you guys, get on your guard to see what is coming up, what's coming down the pike next. And if you don't know your word, then you're not going to know. And if you still think that those fake Jews are the real Jews, you looking at the wrong people, honey. I ain't never, this is, we have, and I don't know if anybody else is feeling this, but I'm feeling something in the air. And I know this is out. He's shaking and moving some stuff. And I'm telling you, we just got to sit back and watch the party. Just sit back and let these, look, let me get in my chair and get comfortable. Let me watch the young folk do it for me. Because guess what? We dropped the ball. And we dropped the ball because it wasn't time for us to do anything. It wasn't time in 63 and 73 and 83 for us to do anything. We had to continue our time out. But now, 2020, go ahead, rock and roll, baby. Tear it up, burn it up, do whatever you feel. Whatever you are led to do, burn it up. It ain't mine. And it bothers me when I hear people say, oh, yeah, they're burning up our community. They're burning up our, these are black folk. Tell me they burning up our auto zone. They're burning up our Target. Honey, the last time I checked, Black folk wasn't owning no Target. Black folk wasn't owning no AutoZone. The last time I checked. Now, if you know of some black folk that's owning some Target, let me know. Cause the last time I checked, black folk wasn't owning none of that. That's not your stuff. That's not your neighborhood. Those are Arabs. Those are Chinese. Those are other white folk that then came to your community, your neighborhoods. We don't have communities, neighborhoods, and they put their businesses and you go and patronize their businesses. So you think it's because it's in your neighborhood? No, they know that we're black gold. Okay, they know that we have the money. They know that we have $1.2 trillion, and they want some of that trillions. And it's just so amazing and how Chinese people can be so racist against black folk, but yet you come in our community and we buy from you. But this is a new day. This is a new day, family. I want you guys to, this is what I want you guys to do for me. I want you guys to pull your monies together. And I know we got some hairstylists on here. We got some barbers. We got some um, techs. We got some pedicures. We got some manicures. Okay, we have some threaders, right? I want you six people to get your monies together, pull your monies together, and I want you to go and open up a shop right next door to a Chinese shop that's already flourishing. Okay, and I want you to get those clients. I want you, black folk, it's time for us to come together. It is time for us to support each other. It is time for us to do what we need to do in order for us to move to the next level. We can't go to Africa and get jobs. It is time for us, the ones that do want to move, because we're going to have to leave America. I don't know if you guys understand it or not, but this is not your home. We are going to have to leave. And trust me, if you see if any groups, there's another group. The lady that's Africa has just she was the one that was fired by France, I think it was. And she's got a program. It's called Our OURADDIUS.com. Now you guys can check with her. I think you have to put in like $400, $500, $200, 300, or whatever you want. Okay. And you can partnership because she has land in they gave her land between Zambia and Zimbabwe. And it's over there by the Victoria Falls, which is beautiful. I'm just saying, because I think I'm gonna do that also. Okay, not only did I do the $25 I paid for two plots with this African investment guy. I got two plots, so I'm paying on that. which is gonna cost me 1,200, but that's okay because I'm gonna join this Victoria Falls. I'm gonna have land all over Africa. I'm just saying the land costs like $500 in Africa. And if you guys have $500, you guys just got a stimulus check. I'm just saying, if you guys income tax is coming up, why don't you go and get you a plot of land in Africa? We're planning a trip, you guys, in the end of November. So keep posted. We're gonna plan a trip going to Africa, and I think those trip tickets are like 650, $600. That's round trip. Okay, so all of these trips is costing $4,000 or $5,000. I'm not paying $4,000 and $5,000 to go to Africa. I'm going to use that as money to open up my business when I get there. You understand what I'm saying? So we've come up with some tickets. It's probably going to cost maybe, I'm thinking probably at the most maybe six or seven, $800 at the most. It's going to be under $1,000. So start saving your money for that. And we are going to get there. And there's a guy, he lives here, but he has contacts in Africa that we're going to get with, and they're going to actually show us around to some land in Tanzania, uh, Kenya, and other places. So if you are interested in that, keep posted. I'll keep posting it, and I will be posting that those dates. I'm putting it together now. We will be taking a trip there, and we are going to look at some land and but have some money so that we can put down. Because if you see some land for $500 or $1,000, they said we're talking about near the water in Tanzania. Okay, I think it's called Zanzibar, Tanzania, and they do have waterfront lake where there is land, so you can also purchase you some land there. But my thing is, you need to get busy because guess what? I don't want to fight to stay somewhere where it's not safe. I just don't want to do it. I don't know about you guys. And people say, "Oh, where you going back to? Where you running from?" Let me tell you something. If you've never been, stop coming to me with that white supremacist crap because you've heard white folk tell you that your president, for instance, that Africa is a shithole country. I'm just saying what he said. Okay. You don't know that. My thing is, if it was that bad, why is China going? Why is white folk going? Why is UK going? Why is everybody going but black folk? Y'all better wake up and smell the coffee. They're not going over there just for nothing. They're not going over there you know, just for keeps. They're going over there because they are buying up that land. Because guess what? They can see that there is diamonds and gold and silver on their land. And they said one person told me that all they have to do is dig in the ground under their property, and gold is under their ground, under their property. So my thing is, you can sit there if you want to because they're getting ready to bomb this. They're going to crash this economy, and if you have a 401k, get your money out and get as much silver as you can now, family. Go and get you some silver. There are silver. You can get silver about this big, and it's 0.999, and you can get it for like $2 at those places where they have the silver. We buy coins here. Go there. They have the little bitty silvers, and then they have the round dollar bills, like half ounce of silver. You need to buy them, and that's the half ounce is like 25, 22 to $25. You need to every paycheck get you some $2 silver and take $20 and get you some silver. Take $20 of your paycheck from now on, every paycheck, every 2 weeks, get you 20 here, $20 here, $20 here. And I'm telling you, because when they crash this economy, they're going to go back to gold and silver. And gold and silver is silver outlast gold, and the value of silver goes way higher than gold. Okay, so guess what? When they revalue that silver and those dollar half ounce silver that you're gonna get, if the price of that, and you pay $25 for it, if it goes all the way up to $200, do you not know you can cash that in, and that's 25? You got how much? Maybe $175 value profit from you just spent $25. I'm just saying, go do the math, you guys. We have got to stop and do some other stuff and get prepared. I hope you guys got your gardens. I hope you guys have your emergency kits. I hope you guys are ready for what's coming. I'm telling you, you guys, Africa Black folk, y'all better be ready because if you guys was listening to Dr. Umar, he was saying what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy us, and people don't even understand what's really going on here. So when we see the police kneeling, do not fall for that, family. You know they don't mean you no good. You know it. They're not going to change their heart overnight. They are just doing that just so that you could stop marching. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go back to kicking your butts. They're gonna go back to shooting up your homes. They're gonna go back to killing you while you eating ice cream, like Amber Geiger did with Botham Jean. and got no money. Okay. This is what I'm saying. They're gonna come in your house with a no knock warrant, just like they did with Brianna, and they killed her, shot her 8 times, shot in her house 21 times, not just her house, but the neighbor's house 29, 21 times. She got shot 8 times. Was that overkill or what? And we're gonna see how much money her family gets. You guys have got to start understanding how important you're not to America, and stop talking about, well, what you running for? Let me tell you something. Why are you not running? Any fool will be trying to run and get up out of here and trying to do something different. Any fool will be trying to do something different. I am not. I am not going to risk my life for a country. And I'm telling you what, y'all stop sending y'all's children to fight for a country that hate them. We're the first ones that'll sign our children up for the service. When they get to be seniors, you'll tell them to go to the service. Stop telling them that. Let these crackers send their kids. Let the senators send their children. Let Trump send his grandchildren. Let Trump send his children. I guarantee you, Trump's boys didn't touch nobody's service, but ours did. They're fighting for a country that hate them, a country that they can't even get their own business. Their country that they'll give money to foreigners before they will black folk. They'll give the Chinese, they'll give the Asians, they'll give the Pakistanis, they'll give the Arabs money for their business in your neighborhood. And what we do, we go and we spend our money and we give them our $1.2 trillion. Then they send it back to their country and they can go back home and live like king and queens. And then you go in their neighborhoods, they got Mercedes, okay, and you still sitting up here living in the projects. Just go help me out here, family. Help me to understand what's going on here. What's really going on? Stop being so crazy. And I've seen people at these Chinese shops. I even had something on my Facebook, on my YouTube page, about it was a couple. They were young. And you go on my YouTube page, you can check it out. And I asked them, they were getting Chinese food, black folk, and I said, "What are you guys doing?" I said, "Do you not know they don't like you? Do you not even know if somebody don't like me? I'm not going to eat their food. Don't invite me to your house if I know you don't like me. I'm not coming to your house and eating, because guess what? I don't know what I'm eating. And for one, I don't trust you. And for two, I'm not coming to your house because I know you don't like me. Why would I come to your house knowing that you don't like me? That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand. I don't get it. And I'm not doing it. So my thing is, stop acting like they care. They have shown you over and over and over and over. We've seen case after case. Remember that lady who shot that 14-year-old? There's a Chinese woman that was in her business, and this was back in New York in like 92. Her name was, oh God, what's her name? It's a Chinese lady, and she got off for killing that girl, and she said the girl stole a soda. A soda. You died for a soda? Are you serious? You killed somebody's child for a soda. But they ended up running her out of business, which was great. But my thing is, why is it always overkill for us? Why is it always just like this young man who, Aubrey, that these two white boys, this white man and his son, and this is how they teach their children, and we still can't get it that they don't, we don't understand. Just because they smile in your face does not make them your friend, you guys. Even black folk that smile in your face, if they don't have the mindset of a B1 mindset, that black is first, they're not your friends. And y'all said two-thirds were going to die. And I'm telling you, two-thirds are going to die. Just like George Floyd, he was married to a white woman. He told us we're not to mix and mingle our seed. Deuteronomy 7 tells you that. So you wonder why stuff is happening to Israel. You are Israel. That book is talking about you. I cannot get black folk to understand that book is talking about and to you. Let's not get it twisted. This is why it's so important to know your history, family. This is why it's so important to know your history. When you know your history, you can look and see that we marching, we standing up. They are standing up for us around the country. They standing up in London, and they standing up in Brazil. They standing up across the nation for black folk, for unarmed black folk that police are killing. So black folk, do not get it twisted when you see these police officers kneeling and they trying to march with you. You let them march, but we're not backing up. We want you to change the Constitution. We want you to change the police. What did I say? The Constitution. We need new Constitution. Also, I want you to change some police policies. Okay, let's change the police policies. Let's put it into where you have a separate entity that's investigating police officers when they shoot people. Let it be a separate entity, a separate a separate entity that can investigate the police officers when they shoot us. Also, let it be to where they have good cops. I ain't saying good cops, but the ones that are too chicken to come forward, let them be able to go and report some stuff secretly, okay, anonymously, okay, and no, you cannot bring them up on charges. You can't even put them in the mix of it. If they come and telling you something, let them do it anonymously. Okay, that's what we want. That's for a start. That's not even talking about reparations. We still want reparations, but I'm just saying it is time for us to tell them what we want. Okay, we have been marching and we've been marching and we've been marching and we've been marching, but we're not saying what we want. But we're not going to march. We're not going to allow them to march. If they want to march beside you, it's okay. But we are going to let them know that we still have demands. And just because you marching and you can grin and you smile, and I can grin and smile and not like you, haven't people done that to you and you know they don't like you, but they just smiling away? I've seen it at work. Okay, you can smile all you want. You can call in. You can call in at any time, Strange Fruit. I'm gonna give you the number. It's 563-999-3682. If you want to call in, you can feel free to call in. That's on my blog talk. Okay. And the number is 563-999-3682. 563-999-3682. So if you want to call in, come on and call in. Let's talk about this. Because I know y'all got some good stuff. You want to talk about it, let's talk. But my thing is, we are not going to, and protesting, I don't have a problem with the protesting. Burn it all up because this don't belong to us. And stop saying this is you stuff in your neighborhood. All righty, 605. Getting ready to answer you right now. 605, how you doing?
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, it's Maria Strange Fruit here. I'm well.
Let's go, Strange Fruit. What's your question, your
well
comment?
my
I can hear you, girl. You on the air. Go ahead and tell me what's your question, your comment.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I have a million different points, but
Okay.
I guess I want to start with how do we interpret everything that's going on? Because initially this started with Black Lives Matter, Black people were marching, and then we got joined by all these different groups.
Right.
And they came out in full force.
Mm-hmm.
And I have spoken on another platform regarding me communicating with the Department of Mental Health. I'm on subcommittee, and the LGBTQ community wanted to march.
Okay.
Black Lives Matter and almost march in front of them. And I sent an email back saying, wait a minute, you guys love to get in front of our movement and completely overwhelm and supersede what the message is. And I actually got a response back today saying, "Oh, we completely agree with you. You're right, and we understand what you're saying." Da da da. But they didn't agree to pull back. And they didn't. I guess I wondered, well, where are we really going with this? And so I didn't want to let it go.
Okay.
And I think this is part of what we need to be cognizant of, is that where do we go now is making sure people are held accountable for what they say they're going to do and being part of this movement.
Okay,
actually, I don't know if they even have a place in the movement, but what is your
you know what? I think that we can still maintain that control. But a lot of times, like I said, I'm looking at it a totally different way. I think sometimes he uses other people to fight for us, which he's done that in the past. They can, I don't, my thing is, we can still maintain that control. But if he is allowing others to march to active like bulletproof vests for us, let them. I don't have a problem with it. But guess what? The message still is police brutality. It's not about elemental P, Q, J, whatever the alphabet they're using this term. That's not what it's about. And we will maintain that. And we will always keep that in the forefront of their mind. And we're not just going to haul off George Floyd. We're going to talk about Breonna. We're going to talk about Botham Jean. We're going to talk about Tamir Rice. We're going to talk about all of the Black people, the unarmed now. Let's remind you, unarmed Black folk that has died. Okay. Doing what? Sitting in cars? But didn't Castro tell the officer he had a weapon? And what did he tell him? He said, okay, reach for your driver's license. And then he turned around and shot him, what, 7 or 8 times with his girlfriend in the car and the baby in back. We're going to remind them that this is why we're marching. So, no, we're not going to allow them to change the narrative. We will always maintain that narrative. Now, Black folk got to stand up and be like, hold on, let's get this, let's keep it straight. And they can come, okay? But guess what? This is what we're marching for. We're not marching for LMP, No, we're not doing that. So what's your take on that?
Well, I think they really should show up as just individuals. For starters, don't come as an organized group like that, and maybe that would prevent some of the superseding the message.
Okay.
And these same people who hold higher positions that work in various formats of the government, whatever it is they do, you can be a voice, like a real voice, and a champion for change outside of just showing up and showing out at a march.
And that's true too. But we still, but just like we can't, I don't think we can stop them. I don't see how we can stop them, but we still going to maintain and let them understand and that this is what we stand for and this is why we're marching. So when they try to turn it and put another narrative on it, every chance we get, we are going to remind other people that we're marching for Brianna. We're marching for Botham Jean. We always have to maintain that and not get it twisted and get so excited because you got other folk joining you. Wow, no. We still have to maintain, and now it's time for us to tell our demands before they tell us the story because we've not said anything. So we need to get it out there before they do and make our demands known. This is what we're marching for. This is what we want. Now, and we have to shut them down. Now, if you want to march, you're gonna be quiet if you're gonna march. That's just with anybody. Because this is what we're marching for. If this is not what you marching for, then it's okay for us to tell them to have a seat. You can sit this one out until you get on the same page with us, and that's okay. But if it's there to help Mother Mary, the more the merrier. Because guess what? Sometimes he uses other people to help us. You understand what I'm saying? And I know what you're saying. But sometimes we have to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is if they're coming on board to get our message across. Come on, burn, because they're gonna be the one that's burning up stuff. We're not gonna do that because that's not who we are. You know that, right? I think by them burning the court buildings, and it wasn't our children, it was their own children that burnt those court buildings that tore down AutoZone. So guess what? If they're gonna do that, then maybe that will be heard, and maybe we can get change. Do you agree or no? You got quiet.
I feel like often things start to get muddy at some point. I mean, in this particular situation was a rare opportunity where I got to see on, little birdie told me what was getting ready to happen before it actually happened. You know what I mean? In terms of knowing we were planning to go to the march and get in front of Black Lives Matter like that. Normally you just see it on the news and they popped up, but in this case, that I saw the plan.
What do you think? Okay, what do you think you need to do with that information? Why do you think you found that out? Why did you think you heard that? What are you supposed to do with it?
Well, I think I did my duty. I basically, told the people that were organizing it to be, conscious of the message, that we're trying to deliver. And, I wish I could, read the email that I sent back, but I can't pull it up fast enough. But I basically just reiterated what's happening in the Black community. That's very, very serious. And we can't be, overwhelmed by other people's issues all of a sudden. Because the email recipe plans on jumping front of Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, whoa, now we're getting a little crazy. But I'm in LA, where things are a little bit more open and a little bit more broad out here in general.
Yeah. But you have marchers there that can back it up. You know what I'm saying? You have people on forefront. And do you know, if you know of some people that are out there marching, that you can kind of communicate what's really happening so that they can be on alert? That may help too, for you to get out there and just say, hey, let me just tell you what's coming down the pike, so you can help them, because sometimes people will move slyly and you won't know they're moving, and they'll be right there and you'd be like, well, hold on, where'd they come from? So if you know somebody that's out there, you can kind of let them know what's being planned, and you can stop it by voicing what you know by the right people. to kind of shut it down. Now, like I said, you can tell them, let them know, if you want to march, you can, but this is what we're marching about. We're not fixing it and minkling, but you have to understand in the history, they've always came and taken over stuff, but I really don't believe that they're going to be able to do that like they're planning. I don't believe that that's what they're going to be able to do this time. They've done it in the past because it wasn't ordained, it wasn't time, but this is a different time and this is a different day and this is a different hour. So guess what? It's not going to be, you cannot overrun what is already planned to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a little bit
No,
different.
I get it totally what you're saying.
So it's a little different now.
But and this is way bigger than I could have imagined.
Yes,
I mean,
this is nationwide. Maria, this is nationwide. I just looked on there today, and do you know Brazil, London, and some other people were standing up? Okay, this is across the board now. We got Caribbeans, we got Jamaicans, they're across the board. I've never seen, this is how we know that this is not normal. This is spiritual. This is something totally different than we've ever seen ever before. Because before, you'd have it for a couple of days and then they'd be gone and doing some other stuff, right? That's not what's happening. That's not what happened. And if he needs to use some other people to burn some things down, I'm okay with that. I don't know about you, but I'm good. Burn it all down. It don't belong to us no way. Burn it down. To get your message across, they can burn every police station across America down if they want to. Seriously, who cares?
Well, what's interesting about LA is that even though people are burning down, and I don't think it's really us burning down our own communities. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. But out here in Los Angeles, they came for the affluent communities. They came for Beverly Hills. They came for the area that's known as the Grove, where a lot of celebrities shop. And it was like and they went for Santa Monica. Those were like three big areas. I'm surprised they didn't try to hit Malibu and those areas where more celebrities live. But they wanted to send the message that we're going to affect your privilege. We're going to affect your
and it affected it.
But the bubble that you're living in that makes you feel protected and away from everything that's affecting everybody else.
But I like that.
And I think that actually worked.
I like that.
I can't believe it's tens of thousands of people.
But guess what?
It works.
But it works though. But do you see? You see how many people, this is how you have to see that it's spiritual, because it's still solidarity. It's still peaceful. And the ones, I know it's not our children that's burning anything down. But my thing is, do you see that it's peaceful? They're coming together. But I'm not saying that but you have to just see the bigger picture of it all, though. That's what I want people to understand. When this is when it's spiritual and it's led spiritually, you can't deter it. I don't care what you think you're going to do out there. You will not deter this message. You can't. There's no way that you're going to get in front of the higher power and tell him how to run what he doing, his vision. You understand what I'm saying? So no matter what they're thinking they're going to do, it's going to fall at every turn because you're not in charge of nothing. And he will show you that you're not in charge of anything. So that's what we have to see, the bigger picture thing. I'm not worried about them trying to take over nothing because they won't be able to take over anything. They won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. They may want to. They may have. Huh? Say again, Maria.
I think you're right about that. This is unprecedented.
Have you ever heard of have you ever heard of anybody standing up for us? Anybody? Ever?
I mean, that's been a major complaint all these years, that we have no friends. We're always standing alone. We're always supporting other people.
And now guess what? We have friends. But Maria, guess what? We have friends now. Well, we're not gonna call them friends, but they're there for another reason. But guess what? He will turn things around, sweetheart. You have to understand that what is meant for bad, they won't be able to bring it out for bad. They won't be able to do it. No, she didn't say you were burning down our own communities. We don't have communities, Philip. We don't have any communities. We don't own any businesses. That's not what she said. She was talking about, I know you just tuned in. We have a person that just tuned in, Philip Goodman. And he said, I just turned in. Did she just say we're burning down our own communities? We don't own any of the businesses. And I did say that we don't have any communities. Those are neighborhoods. No black businesses. The AutoZone burned down. It didn't belong to us. Then there was a few others. Targets burned down. It didn't belong to us. So my thing is, burn them all down. I don't care what you burn down. You can burn them all down. You can burn down every court building that you come across from Canada. I think Canada even got into the fight too, didn't it, Maria? So yeah, this is nationwide. So you have to understand, this is so president. Yeah, we're on the same page. We're on the same page, Philip. Thank you for joining, you guys. But this is so president that I've never seen anybody before to ever come beside us to march. Okay. And we complained about that. So now they're marching and we're so shocked about it. We don't even know how to take it. We don't even know how to, we're like, we're so, oh my God, we're like, they're coming along. But but I think it's not just, it's there to help. I believe they're going to be able to cause damage, not as far as we're concerned. I'm saying as far as they're coming along. I even saw Amish out there. Okay, go figure. I ain't never seen the Amish march for anybody. Have you? Did you see the Amish?
Hilarious because they're in a whole world by
I don't even know how they knew about it. How did they know about it? They ain't got no radios. They don't have TV.
Know, they don't watch TV. I don't know.
I know.
It's a good horse and carriage ride.
I know. So I was kind of thrown off because I didn't understand. I was like, what are they doing there? Where'd they come from? I didn't understand it. So it was kind of new to see them. But I'm just so elated and I'm so excited to see where this thing is going. I'm excited to see it because I'm like, we've never had this before. We've never had anybody standing up. But I don't want you guys to get it twisted. And I don't want you guys to get it twisted. When you see these police officers marching and kneeling with us, you let them march and you let them kneel, but you let them know that guess what? We still want what we want. We still want you to change the Constitution. We still want revised police policies. We still want them to have a place to go. So if they want to snitch and tell, they can. We still want another entity to come out and investigate the police. The police can't investigate themselves. So yes, you can march all you want, but we're not stopping until legislation is made. And I don't get into this thing talking about, well, we can't do it until Biden gets in office. No, you can do it right now because nobody is voting for white supremacy Biden. I'm not. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Biden. And my thing is, I want black folk to get to the point where we put somebody in office. Why can't we have our own and they have their own? Because and I know, there is not going to be anybody white that is going to look out for black folk interests. Am I correct, family? Or am I just...
Yes, but let me make two real quick points. There's two things that I just noticed before this call. Number one, our mayor here, who's been really feeling himself because he's been able to quarantine a huge city like LA and keep us on lockdown and basically in prison. But
I can't believe y'all did it.
His place too. Yeah, I can't either. But then we started to rebel a little bit. But there's thousands of people that showed up in front of his mansion, right?
Okay.
So here's what he just announced today is that he is withdrawing $10 million from the police budget and he's redistributing the money into the community.
Okay.
And so when we talk about, well, what do we do next? Okay, great. You're going to redistribute this money. In what way are you going to do it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And we need the details.
In our community. And we didn't get a lot of that stimulus, a lot of the small businesses.
Right, we did not.
Especially the black businesses.
Right, we did not.
A lot of that stimulus money for businesses. So are you going to reinvest in small businesses? Like, what exactly are you going to do with that $10 million that you're reallocating?
Yeah.
And while you're taking money away, are you actually going to retrain the police? Are there going to be more consequences for police? Like, what else are we going to do about that part of it?
Right. And that's the main thing.
So it's not enough for you just to...
Right. It's not enough for him to allocate money. But I saw where Bank of America was allocating money also. And what they were doing with the money, they was putting the money into vaccines. And I'm like, what the hell? We're not doing vaccines. Put the money into small businesses. And that's what they did say. They said they were going to put it in small businesses. But we have to let him know that this is why it's time for us to make our demands. And just like William Bell said, I wish they had burned down the store that George Floyd killed. Yes, because that store owner called the police and that store should have been burnt down. I'm serious. That store should be out of business because that store got him murdered because they tried to say that he had a fake $20 bill or something. But my thing is, if it was fake, how do you know that he was he could have got it from the bank? He could have, because I could have a fake $20 bill now in my purse and I wouldn't even know it. It's fake because I could have got it from a bank. I could have got it from another store. He could have got that bill from anywhere, not even knowing that it was fake. So yes, that store should have been shut down or closed down or burned down. Yes, I do agree with that. Then you have Philip say, I'm share. Okay, thank you, Philip. Thank you, you guys, for joining in. Like and share the page, don't forget. But we have to understand that um, nobody is going to be able to take control of this movement. I don't care what they try to do. So you have to understand when Yah is in control of something, when he is in control, he is in control. Nobody is going to be able to take this and put it toward where they want it to go because it's going to go where it's supposed to go. Period. Because it's time. We are waking up and people are going to find out who we are. Even the people that don't know who we are, they getting ready. Black folk that don't know who they are, they getting ready to find out who they are. So that's what's important. And like you said, the mayor of California that's getting ready to put all this money, he needs to know, and maybe somebody needs to tell him where to put this money. And we can Twitter him. Okay, he's on Twitter. Twitter him and tell him where to put it, Maria. You can tell him, hey, this is what you need to do with that money. Give him something to think about. Don't just sit there. You have Twitter, girl. Twitter goes to everybody. Everybody got Twitter.
But this is where we should be organized, right?
Uh-huh.
We're one voice and we're getting exactly what we need.
Uh-huh.
So, and there's a million split off coalitions of black this, black that, black, but we are not organized in having one voice.
But
so we should be all coming together at the table to say, how does this money get allocated between our community?
Right. Right. But you have to understand we're missing a lot, Maria. We don't know how to organize. I don't think that we need a leader. I think we need, like you said, we need a solidarity of one voice, one message. So therefore, if everybody knows across the board what we're standing for, what we're marching for, so when people ask, hey, what are you marching for? Everybody across the board can say, hey, we're marching for this, we're marching for this, or we're marching for this, and we're marching for this. But nobody is saying anything. I'm just saying, I think we need a new constitution. I think we need new police policies. I was listening at the NAACP talk last night, which is, you know what they was talking about? Vote, 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 vote. I told them, I said, look, we've been voting forever. We voted for Obama, got nothing. We voted for Trump, got nothing. Now you want us to vote for another white supremacist and get nothing. When does it get to where we're doing something different as black folk? We've been doing the same stuff for over 400 years, and we're not doing anything different. Let's get our own candidate up there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's get our own candidate up there that is going to be black first. Well, we don't know how. I wish we had somebody, because like somebody was saying, leaders can get bought out. Okay, we don't need a leader because we don't need an Al Sharpton. We don't need a Jesse Jackson. We don't need anybody back in the day that didn't do anything, that dropped the ball, that got bought out and sold out. We don't need any more Jesse Petersons. We don't need anybody that's already sold out, that's trying to say anything, because guess what? We're not talking, we're not listening. So Al Sharpton, you can have a seat. Jesse Jackson, you have a seat, and go ahead on be put in a nursing home right now because we're not hearing anything you have to say. So if you're not new blood and black first, and if you married to a white woman like Cornel West, he can't even say nothing to anybody. You're not even married to a black woman. So guess what? How are you going to be black first when your wife is white? So you can have a seat also. So my thing is, we're a little tired of the old 1960, 50 or 19, whatever. We're a little tired of that conversation. We're a little tired of everybody telling us to vote, 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 vote. What the hell are we voting for? Please, somebody tell me. We have been voting and getting nothing. We had a black president. Well, we thought we was going to get something. They gave you absolutely nothing. He gave the Indians what? 3.3 million. He gave the Indians, but gave black folk nothing. Okay. So my thing is, and then he wrote a Blue Lives Matter executive order for the police officer who they was killing us then when he was in office. And then he had the nerves to say something the other day. I said, oh, now you talking? You didn't say anything when they killed Michael Brown on your watch. You didn't say anything when they killed Tamir Rice on your watch. But now you have so much to say. Really? We're not hearing it. You should have said something and done something when you was in office.
Obama needs to take some attention off of himself because he's being tried in court right now for crimes against children and some other stuff.
Whoa.
But the other last thing I want to make a comment about, and I'm going to go off here, is that Biden is catching heat because he's calling for reform of the police department, blah, 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 blah. And the National Association of Police Organizations is pissed they are so upset because the main reason they endorsed him was because, you know, he was, well, the whole reason that Obama got endorsed was because Biden was on the ticket, and we know his history with the
Yes.
whole stop and
And
frisk and
that's
all of
why they
that.
backed Obama.
So
That's why
he's
they
the part.
backed him. Remember, that's why they backed Biden because of Biden's law. Because they was putting a whole bunch of niggas in jail. Okay.
Exactly.
But my thing is with black folk, I'm so
Exactly.
sick and tired of black folk hollering about Biden. And I keep reminding these Negroes, do you remember when he put half of your children in jail? When he put half of your black men, your husbands, in jail for
Yeah.
life? Okay, we're talking about life for a small amount of for a nonviolent crime when you can't even get a police officer that killed a black person unarmed that was sitting in his drawers watching a game like Amber Geiger. We can't even get them no 20 or 30 years. Amber Geiger got what, 5 years, 10 years? That'll be out in 5 years. My thing
She
is,
got 10 years with parole at 5, I think.
okay, but my thing is, she killed a human. She killed a person. But you mean to tell me she got what, 10 years and gonna get out in 5? But you gave people
Yeah.
unarmed, nonviolent black folk. You gave them life in prison for a little bag of crack. Are you serious? But people fail to realize. Black folk forget, and I'm like, I don't understand why y'all vote for this. Why are we studied to continuously voting for a white supremacist system, a system of white supremacy that it means you no good. He don't even have a black plan, and the plan that he does have talking about everybody. It's not talking about black folks specifically. I want you to have a plan that say, black folk,
Yeah.
this is what I'm gonna do. Black folk, this is what I'm gonna do. Black folk, I don't want to hear you tell me everybody. I'm gonna do this for everybody. I don't care what you do for everybody. I want you to tell me what you gonna do for Black Cassie. What you gonna do for black folk? Period. I don't care what you're gonna do for Spanish and brown folk because I'm not Spanish. Okay, so I don't care what you do for them. I want you to have a black agenda. No black agenda, no tangibles, no vote. I keep telling black folk we need to have a set up our own political party. Somebody that has a heart after black folk. And I mean, they know that this is what we're standing for. This is what we need you to stand for. This is what we want. And this is what we're going to hold you accountable. And if you don't, you're going to face the consequences. I think we talked about that, but I ain't going to talk about that right now, Maria. But you know how I feel about that. This is what we're going to do. And if you don't do it, you're going to pay and your family going to pay. So go ahead and trade if you want to. And we need to tell traders, put them on notice that if you coming up in here and you trying to infiltrate, we're gonna deal with you and we're gonna deal with your family. Okay, y'all read between the lines. I'm just saying. We tired of black folk cooning like Angela Rye and Joy Reid and all these crazy folk that's coming from Bahamas and coming from these other areas that don't have a mind frame to be black first because they weren't taught, they weren't trained, and we don't have a code of behavior. So we don't know how to come together. We don't have our history. We don't have our legacies. We don't have culture. So we don't know how to stick together. That was stripped away from us, but we were never taught how. And then we look back and we go, well, what's going, why we act the way we act? Because it was taken away from you in slavery. So yes, that's why we need reparations. So my thing is, we need our own political party, and they need to have their political party. We need total separation from them. We need our own children to be educated. We need to have our own foods. We need to start growing our own food because they killing you with this GMOs and all this other stuff. I seen a chicken leg the other day, and I thought I was gonna be able to use it for a crutch. That thing was so big. I'm like, man, that chicken leg was big as my leg. I'm like, what are you putting in these chicken legs? I don't know what kind of leg that was. It looked like a baby, looked like maybe a baby, a real person, a baby human leg. That's how big that leg was. I ain't never seen no chicken leg that big. What are you putting in that food? I can't even eat it. But my thing is, we need our own gardens. You know, we need some of these warehouses that's empty and closed up. We need to go and have our own garden market. What you call them, farmers markets. We need to have our own food set up. You remember back in the day, we used to sell meat, and they would take it on paper and they would collect it, and then they bring it to you later. We need to get back to that. We need our own mom and pop shops. We need to run these Asians and these Arabs out of our neighborhoods. Yes, we need reparations from the Asians and the Arabs and the Jews and America. So we're due trillions of dollars. So when y'all tells us that we're going to come out with great substance, we are going to come out of this family with great substance. Y'all better hear what I'm saying right now. Y'all better understand this thing, honey. When they talking about 1 point, what they say, 14 trillion, we're gonna get 14 trillion plus. We're gonna get that from each group that owe us money. The Arabs owe us money, so we need to be going after the Arabs. We need to be going after the Jews because they was in charge of slave ships, right? And we need to be going after Africa because they set us on slave ships. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, we're gonna love Africa. Those are yeah, we're gonna love them. But we're not Africans. We are Israelites. People need to understand there is the difference. We're part of Shem, they're part of Ham. We have to understand the difference. I'm not saying that we don't love our brother because we do. But and I guess it's like a cousin now, huh? Those aren't really brothers, though, are they? But it is time for us
Well,
to understand.
supposedly there's $666 trillion that belongs to our people.
Okay,
But
I
that's
want it.
for that whole, this is a whole other show that we have to have a proper nationality claim.
Okay, we want, and we're going to talk about that. You're going to do more research on that because I want you to be able to come back and talk about that. But I know you said if you have to go, I do
Yeah,
understand if you have to go. But I want you
yeah.
to come back and I want you to talk about that what'd you call it again? Give me just a little bit of about what it was, Maria, before you go.
Well, just the simple fact that there is designated money that's ours. This land is ours, actually, because America is actually considered a corporation versus a republic that it's supposed to be. So technically, we're considered to still be slaves.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so we claim our proper nationality.
Okay.
And so, and I'm doing my research, but that's just a tickle. I mean, somebody else on the platform might be able to speak on it. I am doing my research. I probably need another week because there's a lot of information to sort through to make sure I'm, getting the right, accurate information. But yeah, people need to keep that in mind. And I think, the other group of people are banking on us not being able to claim our nationality because they want to keep their wealth and reclaim their wealth. And that's partially why we're going through all of this right now. Okay. Partially why we're being hunted. They want us off the damn planet so that we don't actually claim what's ours.
Okay.
So
we're going to talk more about that. Okay, I'm going to do a little homework on that also, and we're going to talk. We're going to bring you back on here because I really want us to talk more about that. But I know you have to go. I really appreciate you calling in. If you want to continue listening, you can. I'll put you back on that one. But if you have to hang up, that's okay. But I do appreciate you for calling in. Thank you so much. Okay.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to listen.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank
I'm going
you
to put
so
you. Okay. Thank you for calling. Thank you. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I do appreciate you guys. If you want to call in, the number is 563-999-3682. So if anybody has any comments or questions or just want to join in the conversation, feel free. You don't just have to sit there and type. You can call me up and we can talk on Blog Talk Radio. I'm doing a blog talk, and plus I'm doing a live on YouTube. So, but I just wanted us to continue talking about the how some of these cases are being handled, and how they're talking about I think back on Botham Jean, and how, and I always think about him, and I feel so bad for his family because I see where they're killing us and getting no time. But when you kill one of them, and let's talk about that. I remember back in Minnesota when he was a Muslim, Muhammad, the black guy. I'm gonna turn on the lamp, you guys. Hold on. The black guy that killed the white lady, she had called in and she said that there was somebody getting raped in her building in the alley. And Muhammad and his partner drove up, and she came to the car and scared him, I guess. And he shot the white woman and killed her dead. He got 12 years, okay? 12 years. And they paid her family $20 million that day. I've never in history heard of them paying anybody over $2 or $3 million black. And some of these people are still waiting today for their money. This woman got her money within what, a year? The same day that they had the trial, and they said that Muhammad was guilty, and they knew that. I mean, he tried to say that he was afraid for his life. He's tried to say everything the white officer said, and he wasn't able to say it, but the white officers could. The white officers could, okay, they could get away with saying, "Oh, I feared for my life." But Muhammad could not. Yes, that was Philip. That's right. That was the fastest payout ever. I had never seen a payout that, and you have people that are still waiting today. But guess what? Botham Jeans, his family got zero. I don't know if he had the wrong lawyer. And I'm gonna tell black folk, y'all stop messing with that Merritt and that Crump man. Stop. They don't never get nobody, they never get any money. I don't know what it is. If anybody is noticing this, I'm noticing this. Brianna family, didn't I think Brianna family got him and somebody else to work together with him. They didn't just get Crump by himself. I think they did it for publicity, but they also got another attorney to work with them. Let's see the results of that case, okay? And the Kenneth guy didn't get him at all. He got somebody totally different. Yes, they cut the check the same week. That same day, they got that woman from Muhammad. They got that check the same week for that lady that died. But he went to jail for 12 years. Let's talk about another case. Remember, it was another case where it was two brothers. They was the person that they was chasing was literally trying to run them over with his car. He was a white guy, right? And he had a 6-year-old son in the car. Now, for one, he was driving reckless, right? He was actually aiming for the police officers. They shot into the car to stop him because he was threatening their life. They shot into the car, shot his son, didn't know his son was in the car, but he knew his son was in the car, but he was driving reckless. But he should have been charged with reckless driving, but he wasn't charged. When they killed that little boy, they dropped the white dude's case, and they went looking at the brothers, and they gave them what, 40 years. You guys remember that? That case was in oh God, it was last year or 2 years ago. I think it's been 2 years ago. You can look it up. But they got one got 20 years and the other one got 40 years. I'll never forget. I ain't never known no police officer, not a white one, to get over 10 years. Am I right, you guys? I've never known a white one to get over 10 years. I'm just saying, this is crazy. But guess what? Remember when the Amber Geiger came in his house, he was in his drawers. She lied and said, "Oh, I thought it was my house." She got what, 10 years? That's ridiculous. And didn't get no money. I'm just saying. And then you have police officers with the guy, Brianna, right? You had three group officers that came inside of this girl's house at 1 in the morning with a no knock warrant. That means you don't have to let me know that you coming, but you coming in the middle of the night. I'm gonna think you a burglar. Guess what? You come to my house at that kind of morning. I'm just saying it's not gonna be a good night for you because you have to knock. If you are welcome in my house, I have to let you in. I have to know that you're at the door, and I have to invite you in. You can't just come in busting through talking about you finna warrant somebody. You gonna warrant, all right. I'm just saying. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna warrant nothing. I need you to knock. I need you to say, hey, we got some business to take care of, and we're gonna have to, no. But you're not gonna just come in and busting in. And they shot in that house 21 times, and they shot her 8 times, and the neighbor said that bullets was going everywhere. But how do you know Brianna didn't have any children in that home? Thank God. I don't know if she had any kids or not, but thank God if she did have some, they weren't home that night. And then the neighbors, thank God that their kids or they didn't get shot because they said they were standing outside. How are you gonna stand outside and shoot inside of a house? And the person that you were looking for, the two people that you were looking for, didn't even live there, and one was already in custody, and you at the wrong address having a shootout. What in the world? Are we serious? Are we really serious? Are you really kidding me? I'm just over this. I'm over this because I'm sick of these. And those officers, none were charged. Am I right, family? In the Brianna case, none were charged, right? But they tried to charge the boyfriend because he shot back. He was defending his home. He was defending his woman. He was doing what black men should do, and that's defend his home and defend his woman and his children, right? He was doing his job. He was on his job. Okay. Then they tried to get with the postmaster and the security of police and the postal service, and they said no. They weren't even gonna lie for them. They tried, but they said no because they know we're not getting in that. That's your stuff. You want to straighten that out. We're not getting in your lawsuit because you're not gonna sue us and in them too. So they didn't agree with them. But then you have to think about the Aubrey case. Okay, let's think about that. It took them how long? Let me ask you a question. If I have a puppy and I take that puppy in the middle of the busiest street that we know, and I stump that puppy to death, am I going to jail that day, family? Yes. Why is it that you had three races, three, I'm gonna put three races chasing Aubrey down, and it took them 74 days to arrest them? Tell me why. 74 days. That's sickening. That's disgusting. But that's America. That's the America we live in. That is the America that we live in, which is pathetic. But my thing is, it is time for us, Black family, to practice your Second Amendment. I have a Facebook page, and I have they are Black owned. I want us to join a Black owned bank. I want you to join as much Black folk, Black stuff as you can. Is One United for the Black owned bank. They have a Black owned Second Amendment place where you can go and you can purchase your Second Amendment right. Okay, you can purchase it online, and it is Black. And it's because it's your cheek, or it's my Facebook page. If you guys go on my Facebook page, and you'll see there that I'm gonna go on there now and see what it's called. And it is a Black owned gun shop, and they do, you can order, and they do online orders, and you can actually go on there and you can order your weapons. And I'm going to tell you the name of it. um Let me see the name of it. Let me go into my page, because it is time for us to do for self. It is time for us to do some new things, and it's time for us to buy as much Black as we can. um it's time for you to buy your silver and your gold. It's time for us to take care of self, you guys. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I'm trying. Okay, it's the Black owned gun store and firearms training businesses. Okay, and I'm gonna go into it and see what are they talking about. I thought I was gonna be able to pull up some information about it. I'm trying to go into it now, you guys. Shop Black with us. That's what it's saying. It says shop SHOPPEBLACK .us. Okay, and it's Black owned gun store and firearms training business. um so subscribe now. I don't want to subscribe now, but I will later. But they do have a um Black only national, it's like an NRA, but it's for African Americans. Okay, you can join the rifle club, the gun club. This is in Texas somewhere, but it is Black owned, so um you might want to join. Okay, I'm gonna just show you a little bit about it. What's going? I don't know if you guys gonna be able to see it. Just want to show you a little bit. Can you see? They're kind of like uh, doing some shooting, helping you out there, teaching and training you. That's the little website. But I want you guys to, family, let's be smart, and let's stop being slow, and let's stop being so scary. It is time for us to practice. We have a right. And just like, what was his name, Kenneth, Brianna's boyfriend, if he had not have had his weapon, his friend with him, I'm gonna call them friends because that's what I believe that we should have our friends and we should carry them. And you have to check your state to understand what is it going to take for you to carry. We can open carry here in my state. I think we have to get a certificate or court, to go back to court, because me and my husband did get our training. I didn't put my paper up here, but I could open carry, and to carry it inside of a bag. You have to go and get it court. You have to go take another class, and that's $100, and then they will certify you to be able to carry it in your bag, which is what I like to do. So that is one option. The Black owned bank is. I'm going to that now, but I think we should start holding our money, because Black folk, they understand money. Okay, that's what hurts them more than anything in the world, if you get in their pocket. What I kind of we started talking about it earlier, holding your money, and start creating little mom and pop shops on the corners. Okay, if you see a mom and pop shop in your neighborhood, I want you, and it's Chinese, I want you to run him out of business. Get 4 or 5 of your friends, come together, use them, get maybe $200 or $300 from them. Okay, write it down so you can pay them back with a little interest. Okay, you guys. You can come together with 4 or 5 of your friends, and you can create your ma and pa shop on the corner, and you can have your food in there, and then you can expand later and put some clothing in there, expand a little more later and put some gym shoes in there. This is the only way we're going to be able to do it, if you have thoughts of staying in America. Okay, some of us are not even going to invest. My thing is, I'm not going to invest a dime in America. I just have made that conclusion, and I'm not going to spend any of my hard-earned money in a country that hates me, and they show me as often as they can. And Chinese people will show you that they hate you and will still go and buy Chinese food. My husband was joking with me today, and he we were driving, and he goes, "You want Chinese food today?" And I looked at him. I gave him such a look. I said, I would not even buy to I wouldn't even let I would not even buy a plate of Chinese from them. I don't care how much because I used to eat. This was back in the day. I would eat it because I didn't understand what they were eating. But I told him they wouldn't do my nails. Wouldn't let them touch my toes. I'm not letting them touch my hair. I'm not buying no hair from. I'm not letting them pluck nothing, wax nothing. They get none of Cassie's money. Do you understand me, family? And I want you guys to get to the place where you are holding your money. We held it when we were in quarantine. You can still hold it again. Get your monies together, pull your monies together, because that to me is the only way that we can open up our own businesses. We pull our monies together. Strange Fruit, you're saying in California, Burbank area, there's a black owned firearms training called Redstone. You guys hear that? Who stay in California? It's called Redstone. You guys need to look up Redstone. Come on, we got to get busy here. Yeah. And then I'm going to show you another thing. We have a place called We Buy Black. It's www.webuyblack.com, and they have masks, they have everything. And I'm looking at their website now. I don't know if y'all be able to see this. We Buy Black. I'm just looking crazy, ain't it? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to. Okay, I just want to pull it up, and they have different things, and they have like different little things that you can go into jewelry, and you can go into home living, head wraps. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna do some of that. They have clothing, they have jewelry, they have toys. So there's like 5 categories that you can go in. I'm gonna subscribe. Oh, I love stuff like this. But I want us to start thinking, get your mind mentality right. China comes here and they so racist, and they call you nigga this and nigga that and everything, and we still go and we still patronize. This is a new day. I'm just saying, it's a new day. You need to start buying black, ordering black, and it's We Buy Black. We Buy Black. That's the website, and I think we need to hold our money. That's all I can say. That's the only way that I can think of right now to get them where it hurts. And I don't think Ti was right to say we're going to wait till July 7th. Let me just say one thing about him. He was trying to step on. He was trying to step out there, but you're gonna wait till after holiday and then holler, hold your money. What? What, family? What? I'm trying not. I see stuff and it just bothers me when I see black folk. He's a coon. I don't care what he went through. White folk is paying his paycheck. Y'all understand? Stop allowing these black folk, these black entertainers who have sold us out, who've sold us the worst music they could. And now you want to come after you done made millions off of us and then send our sons and our children to jail with all your criminal rap music. And now you want to come and talk to us. And then got Killer Mike, who's supposed to be who got a name like Killer Mike and sitting up there crying like a punk on TV, on national TV. You better straighten it up, boy. I was so mad at him. I'm like, look, I couldn't, I can't take it. I can't take it now. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying not to holler because I don't want my he said I be hollering when I'm over here. I'm trying to keep it calm. I'm trying to breathe. But my thing is, you got a name like Killer Mike. Killer Mike. That's all I'm gonna say. And you crying like a okay. Okay. I'm gonna just leave that alone because I can say some things, but I don't want to get on here and start acting crazy. Okay. But I just want us, family. And I'm not going to be on here much longer, but I am on Blog Talk, and I will. If you guys want to call in Blog Talk, that number, you can hear the rest of this because I do only try to stay on Facebook, YouTube for about an hour. I try not to go over an hour, and I'm going over my time. But I do want us to get the message out that and you guys have to understand that nobody else will be able to take over our walk. Nobody else will be able to take this over because Yah is in total control of this. And you guys can see, I'm telling you, it's going to be more stuff coming down the pipe as far as plagues. Stay focused, get in and understand who and whose you are. Get the understanding and know that you are those people in the Bible. Those were you, family. Those were us. Those people that walked in the desert for 40 years. but you have to understand they are we lost the memory, okay, but now he's waking us up because that was a part of our punishment. And I know you say, well, it was a punishment. What we're going through was a punishment, and we're going to talk more about that. I want you guys to understand there is a young lady called Open Diary, Seed of Israel. Um, uh, let me see, I'm trying to think who else I listen to. These are people that you can listen to that will kind of help you. Seed of Israel is amazing. He talks a lot about who we are. Open Diary, I think she had a death in her family, so she's not on there, but do write that down. And Stephen Darby, write him down. He was an amazing speaker. They jacked us, who we are, and Negro Land. He talks about who we are, and if you know, that'll kind of help you to understand who and whose we are, you guys. And I want you guys to really do your homework. Okay, I know they talk a lot about Kemet. I don't know enough about it to even speak about it, but I am going to research that to understand what is Kemet. My cousin, he said he Kemet. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it, but I am going to research to understand more. Um, but I am so amazed. I'm really grateful that you guys tuned in just to hear my little ratting self. But I am going to be on Blog Talk more longer, and I'm on there till 9. So if you want to call in to hear the rest of the show, is 563-999-3682. I want you to think black first. Be black. They owe us. Okay. Reparations. We are going to get reparations. And the next Negro that I hear say that we don't deserve it or we don't need it, I'm gonna punch him in his face because my thing is they owe us. Okay, reparations is to repair the damage that you did. Okay, and you did a lot of damage, and I want you to repay, and I want my money, and I want it now. And the next time somebody, a black person, tell me that they don't want any money, guess what? Then you have a seat. Sit the hell down and let me go ahead and collect mine. I'm just saying because I want my money, and y'all, we have to get our own political party together. I think that's the only way. Total separation. Stop mixing and mingling. They're after your seed because they cannot reproduce. They are dying off, and they know that if they have a baby with one of our men, that in 3 generations, that baby will be that generational. Our generation will be whited out because it takes 3 times to have a baby. Just like, for instance, if my brother have a baby with a white woman, okay, she marries, and pretty much she will marry in white. Okay. So she'll marry a white boy or he'll marry a white woman. Okay. So they'll have a white baby. And then the next generation, that's 3 generations, it'll be white. So I'm just saying, it's all about whitening us out. I want you to like and share this video. I do appreciate everybody that joined. Think about what I said, replay it, pass it on to your neighbors, pass it on to your friends, and oh, my little gun thing failed, but I want you guys to I got another one though. Yeah. But I want you guys to get on the same page. I want you guys to have a plan and talk as often. What are we marching for? What's the next step? What are we marching for? We are marching for them to change the Constitution. We are marching for them to uh, police. We want them to reform the police policies. We want them to have a place for them to go if they want to tell if somebody is doing something wrong. We want them to have a separate entity for that. We want them to have a separate entity that is going to investigate police officers. That's a start, okay? But we, in the meantime, someone here can run for city council, start running for those city councils. Make sure it's 3 black folk on one city council, so therefore you can change something. One person cannot run for city council and change anything because you got 9 other people that's against you, and it only costs like $1,200 to run. So I'm just saying, start thinking about running locally. Start thinking about voting locally for your mayors, and these mayors and these DAs and these judges that aren't doing what they are supposed to do. Vote them out. Locally, I believe in voting. This presidential stuff, they already have chosen who they're going to have, honey. You ain't got nothing to do with that, black family. They've already chosen. They already know we're not voting. They've already chosen the president. So you already know. They already know who's going to get in there. I want you to think about, go ahead on and get your silver and your gold, and there's some other investments, and we're going to talk about that a little later, because this country is done as far as money is concerned. Your 401k, once you change it into silver and gold, because you're going to lose all of your money. And I would hate for people that have thousands of dollars. Some people have 10,000s of dollars into their 401k, that you can use that and put it into gold and silver. And then that way you won't be hungry, because once they reset this currency, which is what Trump is going to do, he's going to reset the currency, and then they're going to use gold and silver. And the ones that have gold and silver is the one that's going to be able to eat, sweetheart. So I'm just trying to help you out. And don't forget Bitcoin. Okay. Once you guys invest in Bitcoin, I'm going to try to put it in the comments. So you can tap on it and go into Bitcoin and sign up and get into the XLM and Ethereum. It starts with the E. Uranium, I think it is. I probably got it wrong, but Bitcoin is getting ready to go into uranium. They're going to combine. So anybody that has Bitcoin and uranium, they're going to combine. So start buying up that now. It's cheapest now. Stellar is what XLM is called in Bitcoin, and it's for 5 or 7 cents right now. It's really super cheap. Go and buy up as much as you can. Go get $100 worth for 7 cents. 7 cents is called Stellar, and it's XLM in Bitcoin. Okay, I'm just trying to say because I believe that we need to put our monies into something else. But that said, family, I do appreciate you guys for coming. Peace and blessings. Have a good night and be safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Go get practice your Second Amendment. And Blog Talk, I'm gonna still continue on with you, but we're gonna end this live stream with YouTube. I love you guys and thank you for tuning in. Peace, family. But I